I got my girlfriend an outfit for this summer. And we're live.
You are now listening to Radio Rufus.
Yes, you supple stingrays. Welcome back to another supine episode of Radio Rufus. What does that word mean, Aidan Rafferty?
That's...
No, it means you're lying down, which we aren't.
I was thinking Alpine.
Yes, Alpine.
Yeah.
I'd love to do an Alpine episode of this with you.
I'd love an Alpine bar.
Right. We'll take some granola. We'll go up Snowdon and we'll do an episode from the top.
That's not a bad idea.
I'd love that.
You can drop some of your famous high altitude game. Although it's usually just us in the podcast.
Yeah, it's a 2-man tent. How weird it's going to be.
We can borrow it from your doomsday prepper granny.
Yes, my granny is a doomsday prepper. She has a one-man, so we're going to be stacked on top of each other. If you want to do it like that, it's going to be very tight in there.
Maybe like a jigsaw puddle, head to toe.
Sorry? You just said a jigsaw puddle.
Did I?
Which I will forgive jigsaw on your accent, but you did...
Puzzle.
Puzzle, yeah.
A jigsaw puddle.
Yeah, we'll get up there, go in a 2-man tent. We'll wash our teeth with whiskey. That's what you do on a camping trip.
Oh, sounds class.
Right?
Yeah, a couple of my friends were talking about this day they're having in the summer called a Hell Yeah Day, where basically they just go to
Sorry, I didn't realise your friends all went to ASU.
It does sound like that. It's a lot more hillbilly.
Were they on spring break?
It sounds like it. It's a lot more hillbilly than you'd imagine. They're basically just going down to one of the fellas, the bottom of his garden, getting a couple of camping chairs, starting a barbecue, getting some fireworks, and just drinking beer all day.
Right.
Whilst listening to white boy music like fucking Creedence Clearwater Revival, anything that your dad would have liked 30 years ago and that I like now. And they're also getting pellet guns and shooting things.
Right. So it sounds like they're actually not frat boys, but they're like your average Southern American dad.
Yeah, it's a lot what I'm saying. It's a lot more hillbilly than you'd imagine.
Yeah.
It's just like redneck summer.
I drive a pickup truck.
Does it not sound at least a little bit fucking appealing to you?
I don't want to shag my sister that badly.
Yeah, but your sister's not going to be there, so it's not an issue.
Yeah, but I feel like if I'm a Southern dad and I have too many Coors Lights,
yeah,
maybe if I catch a big fish, maybe a record breaker, give it a kiss, put it on the gram, and I get like 10 likes in 5 minutes.
You'd be going home excited.
I'd be going home horny for my sister. I'd get her wearing this. This is the piece of string from the intro. If you're just listening to this, it would be extremely confusing. But basically, this is a bit of floss I found. This is your...
That's my underwear.
Yeah, this is the underwear that Aidan's been wearing for the past 18 episodes. It was.
I would look like one of those Christmas hams. You put that on me.
Yeah,
it's like a big lump of fucking sweaty gammon.
Same color as well. Yeah. Yeah. Well, when it started, it was a pair of boxers, but your just corrosive anus sweats have just melted it down to one piece of string.
Months and months of fucking horrifying gooch sweat and what's the name? Swamp ass is what the word I was looking for there.
Yeah, but yours is like a radioactive. It's a health and safety hazard.
Yeah, it's like the Chernobyl exclusion zone.
We need to get the surveyors in here because I think you've been leaking radon gas.
It's a swamp that bad Shrek would turn his nose up at it.
Oh, Shrek would hate it.
He'd be fucking fuming.
Yeah.
Also, I wore like a new jumper a while ago. It's one of those ones. It's like fully brown, long sleeved, and it's got a collar. And I'm not sure what the name of it is, but I was thinking like look like maybe like a cool sort of fucking strongly built rugby player.
I haven't seen you wear this, but you definitely look like a geography teacher.
I look like the human version of Shrek. It was not good. It was not a good look. I wore it to Lavery's Comedy Club thinking, you know what? These photos are going to come out class. As soon as I got them sent across, I was like, Fiona wouldn't even hit that.
No?
Nah.
Not even in ogre form?
No, that's what I mean. Ogre form would have turned her nose up.
Yeah. Fiona's loose as well. What a slag. Just kidding, Fiona. I love you.
Is it bestiality of the dragon shagging the donkey? Because they're different.
They're both animals.
It's interspecies, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't really think a dragon can shag a donkey.
I've started a comedy club down at the Botanic Inn in Belfast. It's going to be the first Friday of every month, and we actually just had our opening night there a few days ago. We had to increase the ticket allocation 3 times because there's that much demand for it. So if you want to make it to the April gig, get your tickets now because it's going to sell out fast. The ticket link will be in the description below. So if you're a fan of comedy and you want to see another great lineup, definitely make sure to come down.
As part of my never-ending quest to quit podcasting and become a rock star, I've just released a 5-track EP. It's called Small Pond Sessions. It contains heartfelt songs like one about the time when I got ghosted and had to go mini-golfing with Aidan Rafferty. And bangers, like one about the time when I got heartbroken by a Swedish princess. Genuinely true. If you like my other music, you'll like this, so make sure you check it out. Thank you. I'm on tour this summer with my debut show, Rice Age, and tickets are absolutely flying. We've already sold out 3 dates, added 4 new shows, and upgraded 2 venues, so make sure you get your tickets while they're available. If you like songs about Bonnie Blue, stories about Big John, and are up for a night of raucous banter, this might just be the show for you. See you there. Does a dragon have a spiky penis? It must do, right?
Yeah, it's got a rib for his pleasure.
Yeah, not for mine. That would be like the Enum Claw horse sex case all over again, but Game of Thrones edition.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's where a guy died in Enum Claw, Washington, after getting bummed by a horse in 1994.
Right.
It wasn't like
yes.
He set it up. His chat shit get banged. It was his fault.
I've heard about this. I just didn't know the specific name of it.
He perfectly calculated the geometry in order for him to get bummed by the horse. It's not like the horse decided to bum him.
Yeah. It's very hard to sort of get surprise bummed by a horse. Because as much as
it's easy to get surprise bummed by a dog, though, isn't it? Maybe not bummed.
Shinned?
Shinned.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like,
I think for the first 3 years of adulthood, I was purely shinning.
Yeah.
I don't
done a lot of shinning.
Yeah. I was rubbing it in that gap between the ankle and the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what, like, all the girls ask if you had any protection and you put your shin pads on?
Yeah. Shin pads, crash helmet.
Yeah.
I was ready to go.
Yeah, nothing for the cock.
Well, it wasn't
needed.
Yeah, it wasn't needed.
Yeah, it's like a non-playable character.
Yeah, I should say I was only BMXing at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a very interesting night last night. We had a very angry discussion because I said I was going to have a bath at the hotel. Yeah. And Aidan snaps back and he goes, "You mug. There's no baths at the hotel.
There's never been a bath in these hotels.
There's never been a bath at this hotel."
Yeah, I was fucking fuming. Because
I want to clarify, we do not share a room.
Yeah. Not anymore. Not since the incident.
Yeah, not since the bath incident. Which you told me it was okay to have one nut in the bath, but you didn't like it when it happened. Anyway, I distinctly remember having a bath before in this hotel, and you go, absolutely no way. Mm-hmm. So we decided to have a bit of a bet. Here's what happened. Hello, everyone. It's the evening. We're checking into the hotel, and we've made something of a bet. So I am convinced that these hotels have combined bath showers in them. I think every time I've come to this hotel, I've been standing in a bath. Aidan is convinced that there are no baths in these hotel rooms at all. We've stayed here loads of times. One of us has to be right.
I have never been more confident in anything in my life, to the point where we made it interesting, put a wager on it, talking through it.
The bet is loser pays winner 20 quid plus on the next episode of the podcast we have to do an embarrassing ooh-woo
finger touch gesture in front of everybody. It's the moment of truth. Never been more confident, Rufus. Yours has a fucking bath!
Look at that, you silly prick.
I have never had a bath in here.
What did I say? What did I say?
Rufus, I've never had a bath.
Suck on that.
Suck
on it.
I've never stayed on the 3rd floor. So I think maybe it's just the 3rd floor.
Well, let's check your room.
I'm on the 3rd floor, though.
Let's check it. You're actually rattled by that outcome.
I have never stayed on floor 3. I'm always on floor 2. I've never had a bath.
I've had a bath in every room, I think. I don't have a bath! I told you! What? I told you! Are you...
Are you using our show budget to book yourself nicer rooms than me?
No, all the rooms are the same.
What the fuck happens now?
They're the same price. Have all your rooms been like this?
I've never had a bath. That's what I was on about. You're on about the glass partition. This is what I was talking about.
Yes, the glass partition between the bath and the shower. You saw my bath. I'm not lying now.
Neither am I, though. We're both speaking truth.
Do we have to call it a draw? I feel like we should both lose.
I feel like I'm gonna have a bath.
No, you're absolutely not doing that. Right. I've just checked the invoice, right? Both of these rooms are exactly the same price. And they're exactly the same room. And you've never had a bath.
Not
and
once.
I get one every time.
That is mental. That's not on.
Is that just racism? So how do we settle that one then?
I don't know, because we're both technically right in the end up.
But we're also both wrong.
Yeah, but how unlikely is it that you claim to have been booking the exact same hotel rooms every time?
I always get us the same room.
And I don't think I've stayed in the same room twice. And we've had at least 6 or 7 trips to that hotel so far. Not once have I ever had a fucking bath in my room. So what's that about? Racism is what it is.
I think it's racism.
Yeah, they're trying to keep the white Irishman down.
Or
the straight white Irishman.
Yeah. Horrendous. What race am I? If we must be different if it's racism.
Sort of like a pink Englishman.
Yes, I'm a pink man. I think it's classism. Could be classism.
It could be
no Irish. What do they used to say?
No blacks, no dogs, no Irish.
No blacks, no dogs, no
Which
Irish.
that's fucking ridiculous. Dogs are class.
And I've definitely seen a black man in there. So
You're only catching on to that now.
Yeah, I caught onto it late. But no, there was a Jamaican in there this morning.
In the bath?
Yeah.
Practicing for the bobsledding.
Yeah, he took my bath down the stairs.
Oh, fuck me.
He said he's qualifying for the next
Maybe
Winter Olympics.
Maybe that's why I've never had one. It's fucking down 3 flights of stairs in the Premier Inn.
Yeah, now you remind me. Last night I saw 4 Jamaican men carrying it out of the door. They said they're going to qualify.
Oh, that's fucking great.
They told me they were going to take it to Alton Towers, practice on the water slide.
Well, that explains it.
Yeah. They've just been nicking a bath. They must be on their way. They must nick like a bath a day. It gets confiscated at Waterbomb and then at Wet and Wild, right? Then he comes back, nicks another one. They just haven't got round to my room yet.
Yeah, they will yet.
Yeah. Eventually, there's gonna be no baths there. But yeah, so I went in. There was a Jamaican in the hotel. Jamaican me crazy. Not in the bath.
Did you speak to the Jamaican in the native tongue?
Yeah. I was like, what?
Where me bath, man?
Yeah. It's so shit. Me think me go and have a bath. Anyway.
Where me bath at, man? I sound like a fucking pirate.
Yeah.
I did a great. Yeah, man.
What you did?
I think I just said Yemen.
Yemen. Yeah. That could be a Yemeni accent as well. Because as we know, you only have one accent, foreign. And it literally could be anywhere from China to Jamaica.
Yeah, I've got a good black accent.
Anyway, I think the upshot of this is the 20 quid would cancel out. But you can't cancel out the ooh-woo bit. So I think we both have to do it.
What if we give the 40 quid to charity?
No. Let's donate 40 quid to the Jamaican bobsled team.
That's not a bad idea.
They could do with the money.
Yeah.
They came like 80th at the Olympics. They were terrible.
Can they go down in the bath next time?
I think it would be quick.
Definitely be heavier than fucking 4 skinny Jamaicans.
I'm going to do an ooh-woo on camera for the fuck of it.
Yeah, I don't know how to, so I'm going to have to follow your lead.
All right, I'll go first. Ooh-woo.
I can't do that.
This is a man going back on his word. I knew he was immediately going to go back on his word.
Ooh.
No. You have to commit.
I don't know how. I don't have that in me. I'm not going to be allowed back home, Rufus.
You have to stick your tongue out a bit as well.
Let me say it again.
Ooh-woo. Oh, God, why? This podcast has got so much worse over time.
It's got so much gear as well.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
Getting zestier.
That's difficult. That's going to be difficult for the people at home.
Yeah. Your family list. You've shamed the family.
I have.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the news after the shenanigans, bath-based shenanigans. Aidan, what's your favorite syndrome? You've got basically 3 options. I could think.
I'm just gonna have to go Downs because I can't think of any other ones.
It's a classic.
Yeah,
it's up there for me as well. Not to have, obviously, I wouldn't want it.
Yeah,
but,
you don't know that. We would both be a lot happier with it, I reckon.
I don't know.
There's genuinely some of the most beautiful souls you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I don't really like orange.
I don't mind it, just not without the lumps.
So my 3 favorite syndromes, obviously, Down has to get the podium.
The one from Incredibles,
Syndrome from The Incredibles, and of course, irritable bowel syndrome is up there for me. But I have a new one for you: restless leg syndrome. There's always that one kid at school. You sit next to them on the
tapping their leg,
and they're always like,
I think I have this.
Legs going crazy.
Anytime I'm laying in bed, I'm fucking. It looks like I'm playing a game of like five-a-side or something.
Yeah, you've got Parkinson's just in one leg, right?
yeah, genuinely, like if I can't sleep or anything, my leg goes 90. Apparently,
this is from having low iron levels, but you drink about 4 Guinnesses a day, so that can't be true.
But that's the only source of my Guinness or the only source of my iron is like the weekly Guinness.
Right. So you're not eating any meat?
Not often. Chicken, but it's mainly red meats of iron, is it not?
Yeah, but that's your diet is just red meat and Guinness, isn't it?
I'd need to eat more red meat.
No, you don't. No,
I do. I'm a big chicken guy. I need to move on to other things.
Okay, so if you have low iron levels, your leg gets this strange itchy feeling which can only be satisfied by the shaking, apparently is what it is. You just can't do anything about it. But fortunately for you, given that we've now diagnosed you with this incurable condition, the NHS thought they had identified a miracle drug to cure this terrible disease called Rapinirole. But it turns out...
That sounds very similar to another one.
I know, I did look at that thinking, oh, we wouldn't want to mix those up. Imagine you roofied yourself instead of taking that, and I guess you'd have a class night, but your leg would be all over the place. Does it still work if you roofie yourself? Like, if you see it coming, is it still as impactful?
I think the element of surprise plays a part. So I don't know if it would be half as effective for as long anyway.
Yeah, because I feel like I'd placebo it out, right?
I think I'd still want to slip it into my own drink. I wouldn't just take it normally.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could just take it like a fucking painkiller.
Well, like how people take pills in films where they just crunch it down with no water.
Yeah.
Yeah, without coughing once.
Or maybe do like a fucking water roulette.
Oh, why don't we do a roofie episode where we both take one?
And see who lasts longer?
And we just leave the cameras rolling.
I don't mean that sounded wrong.
We can do one
see
of those.
Who resists.
We can do one of those as well. We'll do a roofie episode. We'll put it up on Patreon.
Yeah.
I don't know where you get them. You can't buy them at Boots, can you?
I know.
No,
a few
you
guys.
can't.
I know a few guys that probably know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I also went to uni, and I think I know as well. Yeah.
I don't know them personally, but there's a few people that I'm looking at thinking he's definitely got a fucking supplier.
I went to school with the type.
Yeah.
Let's say that. Anyway, Rapinirole. Turns out the side effects might be greater than the average American medicine. It gives people random, unbreakable addictions, and there's no way of knowing what you're going to get. So one woman called Emma, who developed symptoms of restless leg syndrome during pregnancy, started taking the drug, developed a crippling gambling addiction, and has lost £30,000. But there are also reports of other patients binge eating, cross-dressing, recklessly investing, and pursuing homosexual relationships for the first time.
Where can you get this?
Well, this is basically, between us, we do all of these things. I've definitely recklessly invested before.
And you've 100% cross-dressed?
Oh, yeah, I've cross-dressed. You've binge ate. Have you? And I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to pursuing a homosexual relationship every week.
Yeah, it does feel like that.
But I'm not even taking this thing, so I wouldn't...
Does it have the reverse effects if you're already just sucking cock?
I think it turns you into...
Is it like conversion therapy?
Just a militant man slut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was my school nickname, actually.
Militant man slut.
Captain Cock, at your service. Anyway.
What was it, like a gradual thing? Or did she just have a relentless urge to stick on like a 10-fold ACA as soon as she took the first pill?
I don't know how long this works, but we've got some other cases here.
Yeah.
So Another recurring theme is older women reporting that their long-tenured husbands have become uncontrollably horny in older age, and even to the point of being coercive to their own wife. So old men have started raping their own wives, taking this drug. One extreme case saw a trusted local solicitor steal £600,000 from 13 different pensioners, and then he made 500 payments to cam girls in 1 year. He spent 80 grand on prozzies in 4 months.
Jesus Christ.
Which I don't know how much a prozzy is, but like, is that even possible?
It does sound
that's
like
like
a lot.
That's like 2 a day, isn't it?
It's fucking mental behavior.
Well, let's do the maths here. Prozzies what? £400?
I don't know.
Won't say where I got that stat from, but I think it's about £400.
Right. Sounds fucking expensive.
£400, 80,000. So that's 200 prozzies.
Right.
In 4 months. 4 months is 120 days. So it's about 1.5, 1.6 prozzies a day. Different prozzies a day.
He swapped the restless legs for a restless cock.
Yeah. And he kept it secret from his family. And he was averaging more than a prozzy a day.
It seems like a fucking beacon of light for all the horny husbands out there that need some sort of excuse for their behavior.
Oh, are you thinking he's just blaming it on the pills?
I think so. I think there'll be a lot of people that are already behaving this way and are trying to get a prescription for it so they can be like, it's the fucking tablets.
Yeah, right.
And also, you have to be, I think to some degree, you have to be already predisposed to these things because that woman's not going to, if she hadn't already had some sort of experience of betting, she's not going to really know about it. You know what I mean? She's not going to know about fucking going down to Bet365 on a Saturday before the 12 kickoff.
I think the scary thing is it's completely random what addiction you do get.
It's just kind of like a lucky dip. That's kind of exciting though.
Yeah.
You wouldn't mind trying it just to see what sort of person you turned into for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I'm worried about stopping.
Yeah.
What if I develop an addiction on banzai skydiving? That would be tough.
It's slightly better than developing an addiction to raping, I would say.
Oh, yeah. Would that hold up in court? Sorry, I can't. Mate, the pills told me to do it.
I don't know. There was something in this article about, is there a pedophile or something?
Well, a drug manufacturer's GlaxoSmithKline in the year 2000 discovered. Great song. I've been to the year 2000 and I've discovered that a man who took these pills turned into a pedo.
Yeah. Did it hold up in court for this fucking pervert?
No, but there was a Belgian court who acquitted a 67-year-old man who assaulted his own granddaughter because he was on the pills.
See, so it does.
So that one held up. Yeah.
It just depends on the
That's
severity.
incredible. They found pills to turn you into a pedo. If only they could reverse engineer this, and then we could turn the pedos into unpedos.
That's fucking true. I want to have a moment of respect though for all the men that have betting addictions without the fucking PEDs.
Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine if you already had a crippling gambling addiction?
Yeah, and then these fucking
maybe it would cancel out. I don't know.
Doping merchants come in trying to take over.
Mate, that guy who spent 80 grand on prozzies in 4 months also spent 85 grand on cricket memorabilia.
Where are you even getting this money in the first place?
Well, he stole it from those pensioners. Because he's a lawyer. He stole 600 grand from 13 pensioners. One of the pensioners then died, and there was no money to pay for a funeral. So he's nicked a funeral from a dead woman to buy some cricket, to buy some dusty old
shin guards,
dusty old pads and like stumps and stuff. Yeah. Then he and his son committed suicide. It's insane. There's
a lot of levels to that story.
There's so many side effects.
Pedophiles, gambling, double suicides,
stealing.
It sounds a bit like an episode of like Emmerdale or something, where they're running out of plot lines.
Is this what happens in Emmerdale?
I think so. Or maybe it's EastEnders or Coronation Street, because in my mind, they're all the same show.
I've never seen any of them.
Yeah.
I thought it was mainly just like Middle England reform candidates screaming at other old women to get out of the pub, right?
I think it initially was, and then the ratings dropped, and they're like, right, we need to make this beloved character of 20 years a murderer.
Right.
Or they'll like turn someone gay for a week.
They really jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Are they like they're like sending Ross Kemp to space or something. they run out of everything now.
Yeah. I think they would still send him to space before they made him gay because it's less convincing.
Yeah. That's true. Ross, mark my words. What's his name? Phil Mitchell or something like that, right?
Phil Mitchell, yeah.
Yeah, Phil Mitchell will walk on Mars before he even looks at another man. Mark my words. But yeah, I know I said I wanted to try Rehypnol earlier. I also want to try this.
Yeah.
I think we should do an episode.
Just to see what happens.
You get down the GP, start shaking your leg around a little bit.
Yeah.
And go, look,
get a prescription for this shit.
Get a prescription and we'll both do it.
But then how do you test it? Do we put like a betting slip over there, a pint there, a fucking hotline for prostitutes in the other corner, and just see what one you're more drew to?
Oh, it's like those TikToks where all the members of the family line up and they get the baby to crawl over to their favorite. All right, what should we have in the lineup? So we got, how about a bottle of vodka?
Yeah.
Pack of cigs.
Bet 365 slip.
I think you'll go straight for the cigs, to be honest, because you used to be a cig guy.
Yeah.
Before you quit at age 16.
And I still like drink. You know what I mean? It's not as if...
Yeah. It's not going to be
it's refreshing... It's not going to be calling to me.
Yeah.
What's the thing I've been most addicted to?
We'll put a child in there.
Yeah.
See if one of us becomes a pedo. And then prosy. What else? How about, the opportunity to commit crimes?
Yeah, let's not put a child. Let's put like a day pass to Laserland or something.
Legoland?
Yeah.
So we won't have a child on standby.
Yeah.
It's not a proper experiment then.
No, because I think if you have everything right there, it's not really exploring what you're thinking about. Because it's there in front of you, ready to grab.
Yeah.
But if you've just got the chance of either of these things, it'll show more about what's going on in your brain. Because you still have the challenge there. Right. I think a lot of pedophiles like the chase.
You heard it here first. Pedophiles love the chase. I like the chase.
Yeah, I watched it last night.
I'm a big fan of the Dark Destroyer. Yeah. Shout out Bradley Walsh. I love you. Pedophiles don't like Tipping Point, do they? It's too stupid.
Yeah, I can't imagine so.
I can't imagine a pedo going, drop zone 3, please, Ben. I really like to do that. So we'll have like a ticket to a soft play.
Yeah.
Or like maybe, how about an internship at a school or something like that?
Yeah.
PE teacher job opening.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
And then maybe a pub.
Prosy on speed dial.
Yeah. And then I think the final score screen right in front of you with like a few betting slips.
Is it one? Yeah, that's good. The races are on in like 2 hours or something.
Yeah. Such a mental idea.
I know, it's a terrible. I don't think any other podcast would ever talk about this. So hey, you're getting something for your time there. That is a completely unique bit of chat. No one has ever said that before. No one has ever talked about that ever in the history of humanity. That is a completely unique podcast segment.
Yeah. It's not often they happen, especially in this, but it's good to see. Now on to some gaming news for the less hygienic amongst us. Five Nights at Epstein's, which is Rufus's answer to the question, what's your granddad's favourite holiday? And also the subject of concern as a Utah parent is fuming that her son was able to play a Jeffrey Epstein-themed game while at school. The game in question is styled after the massively popular Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, but instead of protecting yourself from a litter of furry animatronics, you're defending yourself from late super nonce Jeffrey Epstein and some of the most prolific kitty fiddlers to ever grace Mount Touchmore. So basically, the game is in the exact same style as Five Nights at Freddy's, which you've said you played before.
Yeah, I've played Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm just wondering, is this like a mod or is it an official DLC?
It's an official. It's not a DLC. It's just a complete game.
It's a standalone game.
So it's like in browser. I did a playthrough of it last night because obviously I'm an Epic gamer myself and I've got some sort of dedication.
Also, you're an Epstein superfan as well, so you're trying to collect all the memorabilia.
Yeah, I just wanted to see. I wanted to fucking platinum it.
Yeah. Do you think they'll put all of Epstein's stuff up for auction for like collectors and stuff?
So there will be,
because there's loads of like Nazi memorabilia. Just because you're a bad person doesn't mean people don't want to buy your stuff.
Yeah, people are still interested, and it doesn't exactly make them bad people either.
No, I don't think like people who collect old war shit are bad people, right? So if you turn up at someone's house and they have the Epstein massage bed in their living room,
Yeah.
are they a bad person or are they just a history buff?
They're definitely some sort of buff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
This game, by the way, it wasn't just using like random animations or anything. The photos and the map was based on photos taken and that were released by the Department of Justice of Epstein's Island, of his house on Little St. James.
So it's an accurate map.
Yeah. So like they would be hiding in like his bathroom in the car park outside the house, and you'd be switching through the cameras, and you're basically trying to hide from three main characters. Jeffrey Epstein.
He's got to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, Stephen Hawking, and then there's a rare golden Stephen Hawking as well.
Right.
And
weird choice
yeah,
for me.
yeah,
Trump, I'm about to defend him,
right.
which we do very rarely on this show, right? For everything that he's been through, he's never actually been accused. That main whistleblower,
Yeah,
I forget her name, Virginia Giuffre, said he didn't do anything.
right. On Epstein's Island, that is.
Yeah.
He's been accused by a lot of other people.
Oh,
too, though.
I'm not giving him a free pass. Yeah.
You're defending him solely on the grounds of Epstein's Island.
I'm just talking about this specific case.
Yeah.
Like he's not one of the big names for me, really.
Yeah.
And Stephen Hawking, like
They're scarier people.
I'll be hearing him beep down the corridor. Like,
Yeah.
surely you could have picked some better protagonists. I would have loved to see Bill and Hillary.
That would have been very entertaining.
Yeah.
Maybe a DLC, though.
Yeah.
So basically, you're trying to, it's the same thing.
Expansion pack. Yeah.
You're flicking through the different cameras, and what draws them to you is the sound of a child crying.
Is that me?
Yep. So
I'm the child.
I think you're playing as a toddler, and if you're getting scared or if they're getting close, you start to like make noises, and then the pedophiles are drew to you.
So I'm a child, and I'm also manning the security cameras.
Yeah, which is a strange setup.
That's, I hate to say it, like, that's really broken my immersion. There's no realism there anymore. We're losing realism in modern gaming. Nothing feels like an authentic experience.
Yeah.
There's no way a stupid child could man the security system as important as that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust them with that.
Maybe like the Pokemon Go servers were down or something.
Jeff barely trusted them with a foot rub. He can't trust them with like border security, can he?
But yeah, the fact that her son was able to play this game on a school computer was deeply disturbing to a local mother, Michelle Martinez. She said that it absolutely disgusts her and breaks her heart that her children are subject to this, especially in this day and age. Bit of fucking perspective.
Yeah.
She's complaining about them playing a game on Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
It could be fucking worse,
Could be
Michelle.
worse. Yeah, it could be a lot worse.
Could be a lot worse.
Also, your son Googled that.
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to like say that we should just have, you know, that the internet is just like 95% porn, right?
Yeah.
But
she was complaining about the school not having proper things in place to sort of stop websites like this being accessed.
Yeah.
But there's someone's using a VPN.
Right, really? This episode is sponsored by. So if any of you want to play video games at school, yeah.
But yeah, wasn't happy at all. The game, it is well designed. The photos and all, it's disturbingly high quality. All of the images.
Is it well made?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like someone put a lot of time into this, and there's so many YouTubers doing playthroughs of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A Markiplier screaming his head off.
So that's what I was doing at like fucking 2:00 in the morning whenever you were having your second bath, you bastard.
Yeah.
And you'll also be glad to hear that your personal hero is getting a spin-off, because Five Nights at Prince Andrews is already in the works.
That would be a great game. He's got a massive house as well,
Yeah,
so that's got real potential. It's going to be like the GTA 6 map. It's going to be it's just going to be enormous.
Who's going to be the animatronics in this?
It's a tough one. I mean, Fergie's got to be. The thing is, anyone who I don't mean Alex Ferguson, the football manager.
Yeah,
I mean his wife. Yeah,
Oh, is it still his wife?
Ex-wife. She's always hanging around though.
Just picturing Fergie with a hairdryer.
I'm not talking about Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas or Alex Ferguson. Although, actually, I would like to see all three of them in this game.
Yeah, that'd be pretty entertaining.
That would be a lineup. I feel like anyone I say, I'm just like publicly slandering, and then like Netanyahu's going to be straight after me.
Yeah.
If I go.
He'll be on your fucking tail quick.
Yeah. 5 nights at Netanyahu's would have never gotten this far. Can you imagine? I would have been smited immediately, those guys. Yeah.
Nuke dropped on you fucking 10 seconds in.
Straight in. That child would literally been hit by a missile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was more so, it was just questions raised about how their children are subjected to this sort of media so early on. But anyone that...
No. He Googled it.
Yeah.
He's not subjected to it at all. He's found out about it and he's looked it up.
The fact that it's even available to them is what she's arguing. But he knew about all this shit. He is very aware of the sort of meme culture,
of course.
YouTube videos, TikToks.
Mate, when we had IT class, my mate Alex used to get excited because it was twice a week he got to watch porn at school.
That's class.
Because
hell.
he was 10 years old.
Yeah.
He was the first guy who discovered porn at school. And we were just getting IT. You're supposed to practice touch typing. Yeah. He's there just Googling porn. He's just Googling big boobs on Google Images.
Yeah, I definitely remember in primary school, it was my first time ever using the internet. I think it was like 9 or 10. It was before we got it in our own house. And one of my friends was like, where do you see this? Google Images, bikini pics. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I used to have to pause Friends.
Yeah.
And now I've got this at my fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a strange...
You ever played that classic game? First, Alex also showed me this. This guy was ahead of his time. There's this game, I'm sure every child has played this. It's one of their first experiences. It's a game where you have to like catch the bottles, and if you catch enough bottles, the girl takes off her clothes.
Never played that, no.
Oh, it's a classic. You really
and
should.
Did they take off their clothes, or was it a cock block?
No, they did.
It's not like JMX strip FIFA, is it?
No, it's not like they're not going one sock at a time, taking off an earring and a ring and like a beanie.
We should maybe do a playthrough of that, because that sounds class.
Yeah, I think you should maybe once you go home, you should show your girlfriend. It's like a good couples activity. I think.
Too many bottles she can catch.
I think the last level is that they do take the piss a bit. Like you have to catch like 300 bottles in a row to see a little bit of flap.
Yeah.
The smallest smidge.
Yeah. A smidgen of flap.
Just
a smidgen of midge.
Yeah, exactly.
Minge, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the memes where it's like, I left the IT class to go for a piss and came back and my friend signed me up for the Taliban?
Yeah.
Was unplugging computers a big thing in your school?
Well, what's the point of doing that?
Like your friend to be in the middle of doing an essay or something and you just go over and unplug their computer and they lose everything?
But we all had our own laptops, so...
Oh, you said laptops? We were still on the desktops?
Our school forced everybody to buy a MacBook. So
fucking ridiculous.
You couldn't go to the school if you didn't have one.
Yeah.
Because all the school software was
on Mac.
Was on a Mac.
Yeah.
So that you had to pay 45,000 Singapore dollars to go there and buy a MacBook or something. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next story now. Just like one of Deji's many side pieces, we're heading over to the BBC, and we're operating in the same vein as my favourite Horrible Histories segment, Stupid Deaths. Do you remember this?
Yeah. Horrible Histories was class.
Weird guy dressed up painted as a skeleton, going Stupid Deaths.
Way before its time, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. If that was on TikTok, if that was like a TikTok guy, Stupid Deaths TikTok account.
Millions of followers?
Millions and millions of followers. And there'd be an army of fangirls in the comments going like, I fancy him in a weird way.
I want my boyfriend to dress up as him for Halloween.
Yeah,
all that sort of shit.
He's like a skeleton, but he's also like a wizard and an actor.
Yeah, many things.
Anyway, a man in New Jersey got killed by a tape measure a couple of weeks ago. He was a truck driver.
Yeah.
He was delivering stone slabs to a construction site.
Manly job.
Which surely you've got to, you can craft those on site. It's just
be thinking that.
It's just 3 bits of smooth stone is a stone slab. So it's just easy to put that in a crafting table.
Maybe it's like a villager colony and they don't craft their own
He's a wandering trader. Yeah. By the way, fuck the wandering trader. I don't know how much Minecraft you played recently, but that guy sells fuck all useful.
Is that the fucking whore that danders about with about 8 llamas?
Yeah, so
what a dickhead.
It's this sort of Peruvian, but he's also white guy.
One of those famous white Peruvians.
He's a white Peruvian.
It's like the Peruvian in the restaurant we go to with the worst haircut of all time.
Okay, so we go, to fill you in, we go to this Peruvian restaurant regularly because we like the food. And this guy, no joke, has the worst fucking trim I've ever seen. To give you an idea, his hair is pencil thin.
Yeah.
Thinnest hair of all time. And what he does is he combs it all forward and then cuts it with a. It's not even. It doesn't even look like it's been cut with a ruler. It's so precise. He cuts it with like a fucking laser.
Yeah.
Like a table saw straight across the front, but it's all gelled down all the way, stuck to his actual skull.
I think you would need like one of those things you use to scrape wallpaper off to get it off his forehead.
Yeah, you need to squeegee this guy's haircut off his forehead.
You fucking would. A hammer and chisel mightn't even look at it.
And then he has a fade on the sides, but it's going the wrong way. so the fade actually gets more fade towards the back of his head. So he's basically carved a bald spot into the back.
Yeah.
Because the fade just fades out to nothing at the back. And at the front, he's pinned it all the way forward, and then
you can see all the gaps in it because it's so wet.
And because it's so wet and it's so thin, like he's got like a curtain with bits missing. It's basically what it is. Sellotape to his forehead is what it looks like. Yeah.
And we're not claiming here to be a podcast with the greatest trims in the world, but this is diabolical.
It's the worst trim of all time. But that guy can shake a fucking mojito.
He fucking can.
So
he knows what he's doing.
I respect him.
And he also, to be fair to him, he's rocking it with a lot more confidence than most men would.
Every time I go in there, he's chatting up at least 2 Latina baddies.
Yeah.
With the confidence of a man with a much better haircut.
I am convinced though that those Latina women are related to him.
Yeah, I think it's all his. They're all his cousins, right? Every time we go in there, we're the only white people, and then there's like 20 Peruvians who must be related.
Yeah, and they all fucking definitely hate us.
No. We appreciate their culture, and we definitely don't laugh at that guy's haircut every time we walk in. Anyway, stupid trim, but I like him. I like him. He's a nice guy.
Oh, he's a real jovial character.
Yeah, he's a cheeky chappy. Anyway, guy's been killed by a tape measure, delivering stone slabs to a construction site, wandering trader, white Peruvian, who's dragging along those 2 llamas and just sells you like fucking saplings or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't need those, millions of trees.
Here, the length someone will go to for a day off.
Don't really know what that means.
The measuring tape joke.
A low moment. It's a rock bottom.
It's radio dad jokes back at it again.
Rock bottom podcasting once again. Yeah, I want to turn this off and go listen to the Danny Aaron's podcast instead. Anyway, so this guy has had his cranium dented because a tape measure fell off a builder's belt.
Yeah, fell
50 stories. Big old building.
It is.
Guy standing at the top of the shard. Deflected off a piece of equipment. So it did a little, someone nudged it.
Bank shot?
Yeah, a little banked it in, came off the post, and just struck this bloke straight in the skull.
Did anything happen as far as you're aware to the person that dropped the tape?
I don't think he's come forward, which is fair enough. I wouldn't.
The main takeaway from this story is that you should never write your name on your equipment.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fucking dead giveaway.
Yeah. But it must have turned this guy's brain to jelly.
I take it he wasn't wearing a helmet?
No. Of course he wasn't wearing a helmet. But it took him only an hour to die.
That seems like a long time.
Do you think?
For 50 floor tape measure?
Guess so. But it's only a tape measure.
Do they know what height it fell from?
Well, how tall's a story?
They have something to measure it?
They did actually.
It's funny enough.
Right there, yeah. I think
can I take that out of your head a second? We need to do something.
A story's about 10 meters. They must have been building an enormous skyscraper.
I have something here that basically some nerds on Reddit tried to calculate the speed the tape fell at.
Okay. So
using Reddit user Dirtball's height estimate of 590 feet.
He's a well-known scientist. Good old Dirtballs. I think he's in the physics textbook,
the Dirtball theory.
Einstein, Feynman,
Dirtball.
Dirtballs. Yeah.
Yeah, so 590 feet is his estimate.
All right.
Given a time of 6.05 seconds of free fall to the ground, which is a velocity, according to him, of 133.6 miles an hour.
It's quick.
Yeah. I'm too thick to realize whether that math checks out, but that's the tail of the tape.
You're so proud as well. I can see.
I love
you're so happy. You're so happy with yourself. I guess that turns your brain to jelly.
I would assume so.
Must
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Apparently, this man was an extremely religious bloke. In the middle of telling a Bible story.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
His last words were, "God is good." No, he's not that good.
But you see, like proper Bible bashers, like his family might even see this as a sign Like as he was spreading the good word of the Lord,
Yeah.
he was brought forward and chosen by him.
It's basically Jesus did this, didn't he?
Yeah.
They whacked him to a cross, but this guy got done by the tape measure while preaching the word, and they hated the word.
Yeah.
They wouldn't listen to Jesus, and they wouldn't listen to this guy because it's a bunch of builders walking around with a cup of tea and a cig going,
So you think this
shut
was,
up, mate.
You think this is a work of Judas?
No, I think this is the work of the Israelites. I haven't really read the Bible.
Yeah.
And when I say Israelites, I'm not trying to blame Netanyahu again.
Yeah.
We blame him for a lot.
There's definitely Jewish people in the Bible. At least one of them.
Yeah. Jesus, right?
Pretty sure he was Jewish, wasn't
He's up there. He's more Jewish than me.
he? Yeah. It is always interesting to see that Western civilization's portrayal of Jesus is always as a white man. But where he was allegedly from.
That guy's a light skin.
Yeah.
That guy's got that light skin riz.
Yeah. There's nobody as pale as that cutting about Bethlehem.
He's got smoky eyes, that guy. Like, he's looking... I think he was swag, right?
Yeah.
Or was he... But he was also...
Jesus probably had dreads.
He was a nitty, right? Was he homeless?
He was a bit of a nitty, I think.
I don't know.
By choice.
Does it say that in the Bible? Was Jesus a nitty?
Maybe not precisely.
As I said on the last episode, we need to send all nitties to the Falkland Islands. And he wouldn't have lasted long under my system.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's back, apparently, because all those builders were going, oh, shut up, mate. And he was going, God is good. And there's a sign, he got taken by the Lord.
Yeah. As bad as it is for him, it's the type of thing that, do you remember in like school where someone breaks their leg or something and then the rest of the lesson's disrupted and everyone's just kind of chatting about that? And
like that time, this guy fainted in my exam and I wanted some extra time.
Yeah. It might have been like that for the other workers.
At least
we go home early now.
This is it would affect my ability to build a skyscraper, definitely, a bit.
Yeah. Especially the fucker that has no tape measure now.
Yeah. We're just going to have to guess.
Yeah. Why is the next floor 3 feet shorter?
Yeah. The top bit's a bit wobbly, I'm afraid, because we just had to guess, unfortunately. Yeah. So God is good, but not good enough to get him to wear a hard hat, which would have definitely saved his life. Now, let's move on to the sport. Interesting one this week, because you came across an Instagram reel of a man getting strangled with a seatbelt.
I did indeed, yeah.
And we had no idea what was going on. Turns out it's something called carjitsu, which sounds a lot like a wonderful game you can play in Club Penguin, but I don't think you've ever played carjitsu on Club Penguin, so...
Yeah, I remember trying to log into Club Penguin one time when I was about 10, but my internet wasn't fast enough. I couldn't get past the loading screen.
Right, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
Fuck, I had all the hose around my igloo as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had all that puzz. Penguin huzz going around mine. The pink penguin coming around
Plenty of them.
my dance party or my dance. I had a dance floor in my igloo, my
That's pretty cool.
orange puffle.
How much of your mum's real life money did you have to spend on that?
Oh, I must have had a membership for 2 years. What was it, £5 a month?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, so I think we'd probably spend 120 quid.
That is madness.
Worth it for the puzz though, like. You got to flash the cash if you want to smash.
Fucking life lesson for those watching
the
at home.
Bible right there. I got that from Corinthians.
The football club?
Yeah, the football club. I was on a loan.
Yeah.
I had a one year contract, but I broke my leg, so I had to come home. Anyway, I've Googled the rules of the game. If you have any more information that you think is funny, please fire away. But first thing that's hilarious is it's essentially wrestling inside a car.
Yeah,
right?
It is.
But you have to do it inside a 2006 Toyota Scion.
I didn't realize there was a specific car for it. That is class.
Yeah. They found it has the perfect amount of space and everything is mechanically operated.
Right, okay.
So there's no electrical...
Yeah.
There's no systems getting in the way. It's all down to the man.
Because you might question how that's relevant, because the first thing I thought of there was like roll-up windows. People can go out the windows.
Yeah. You can go out the windows, drop in through the sunroof.
Yeah. You do whatever the fuck. It is absolutely mental, and they've got official commentators and everything for it.
Yeah. So basically, all you have to do, there aren't really many rules. You just have to get the other person to submit.
Yeah.
And you can strangle them with a seatbelt, break their nose on the steering wheel if you want to, jam the gear stick up their ass, trap them between the window and the window frame.
Whatever the fuck you want. The recent clip I saw, the commentator was sort of praising one of the fellas for his experience, because as they were taking, they basically both start. That is hilarious.
So stupid.
They both start, both sort of opponents have their seatbelts on, and then I think it's a countdown from 3. And as it ends, you have to take your seatbelt off as quick as possible. This fucker in the driver's seat didn't worry about his own. He put his hand over and stopped his opponent's, then slowly took his off and proceeded to kick 7 shades of shit out of his opponent. Yeah. And the commentator was loving it. This was vintage carjitsu.
You gotta admire the technique. Jesus. He's about to die.
Look at this fella using the leverage hanging outside the car. He's basically touching the fucking ground. How is he not decapitated? They do weigh-ins.
I've seen people publicly lynch doing better than this.
Yeah.
This guy's on death's door. How is he not tapped out? I saw a quote from another commentator. Apparently, seat adjustment is a big part of the game.
Really?
So when you're starting out, you have to... It starts out with you and your opponent sitting in the front seats with your seatbelts on.
With the exact same sort of seat adjustment?
Right? In the same position.
Yeah.
And basically this guy went for a haymaker in the first second of the round.
Yeah.
And the guy pulled back his seat adjustment and just dodged out the way.
That is class.
Yeah.
I actually I wouldn't mind watching like a battle of the greats.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming they've got a Messi and Ronaldo in the league.
There must be some classics.
Yeah.
There must be some old highlights to watch. Yeah.
To me, up until this, like carjitsu was what happened whenever your younger brother calls shotgun before you.
Yeah.
And you had to fucking make a point.
When someone calls shotgun, but you can't even see the car. That's not how the game works.
Yeah. Right? Defeats the purpose.
Can't try and claim that.
It just brings the whole game into disrepute.
Yeah. I remember when I got taller than my mum and I started being loud in the front seat for the first time. And I still am. Yeah. I pull rank every time. Mum's been sitting in the back for at least a decade.
Yeah, no, I just let my mum sit in the back or sit in the front because I'm a great son.
Well, I would do that, but I want to be on aux. I don't want to listen to my mum's dead tunes. I don't want to listen to your terrible tunes, mum.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
Yeah. The game is part of the Pro League Network, which is a company that runs different leagues only in stupid sports that no one watches or cares about.
Yeah, which is perfect for us.
Yeah. It's a great business model if you ask me. Yeah. I don't know how anyone would decide to do this. You know what we should do? We should work in sports, but only shit sports that aren't real. And won't generate any money and nobody's ever heard of.
Because I was thinking, right, maybe it's good advertising possibility, or there's potential there for car companies looking to show off a new model, but it's the same fucking car.
No, they have to use the 2006 Toyota Scion every time because the other cars, like, it's a different map.
Yeah.
People would have to
But
adjust
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that. You know what I mean? Like, it would be pretty boring watching fucking Optic Gaming do a hard point on Raid every single time.
Right. Yeah.
Which very few people, I imagine, are going to get that reference. But you need to change it up the odd time. Change up the game mode.
They don't do that for other sports. It's not like in football they have like a different
pitch, different grounds, different grass lengths.
Oh, shut up, grass lengths.
Generally certain defensive teams, if they have a team that likes to spread it about, play football, they'll let their grass grow longer.
Whatever. That's not really a different pitch though. Like they should. One of these times they should.
Tennis. You've got clay.
Yeah, tennis. They do it actually. They do play different maps.
Yeah. I want to see who the Rafa Nadal is of the next car. You know what I mean?
Well, there's a stable of 20 professional full-time carjitsu wrestlers.
A stable of them?
Yeah. There's 20.
Yeah.
You know how many professional tennis players there are in the world?
100, surely.
200.
That is mental.
So this is only 10 times smaller than tennis.
But how are they being funded? Is it?
Well, yeah, I don't know. So it seems like bullshit to me. But
because even MMA, like obviously jiu-jitsu being a big part of that, they're criminally underpaid. You might start to see people go from the UFC to carjitsu.
Yeah, I think they're getting better benefits.
Yeah. Although there's no chance of getting fucking strangled to death with a seatbelt in the UFC.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And also, I think most of those big guys are not fitting in a 2006 Toyota Scion.
Can you imagine like fucking Brock Lesnar trying to get into
his head would be sticking out the sunroof.
Daniel Cormier wouldn't fit in the fucking front seat.
Apparently, there's a league, and then they go around like the Harlem Globetrotters doing exhibition matches for the public.
I would go to this. If this showed up in my local town, I would 100% be at that. Same as something I've wanted to do from I was no age, because I've seen it in The Simpsons. I don't even know if it's really real, or if it is real, how common it is.
Right.
Demolition Derby.
Oh, that's real.
Is it?
Yeah.
I would fucking love to see that.
But I don't know who who ever signs up for that? Because you know what I want to do? Absolutely ruin my car.
Yeah, true. But then again, you're a fan of Formula One. How long do those cars last?
Yeah, that's true. They spend like £300 million a season building those cars. Then people just drive into the back of each other on lap one. Yeah. So there we go.
Can you? Did you see in the rules whether you can, like, could you put someone's head through the window?
Yeah. I think I don't think anything is fine as long as you don't touch the ground, right?
Could you roll the window up in their neck, shit like that?
Yeah, I think you can do that. I think you could do
Glove
that.
department, fucking banging across their head.
Yeah, just whack them in the glove compartment.
Like put their hands through the fucking steering wheel and get them in like an arm bar.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do the hamster technique through the sunroof if you wanted to.
Not a bad idea.
Which is something I've always wanted to try. That's genuinely on my sexual bucket list.
Is that kind of just burrowing?
No, the hamster technique. You know, in a hamster cage,
Yeah.
they have that water bottle with the straw coming out. That's the hamster technique. Is where you lie on the roof of your car. You have to have a sunroof, otherwise this doesn't really work. And you stick your penis through the sunroof like a hamster water straw, and your girlfriend sucks it like a little rodent.
Sucks it like a little rodent.
I need to buy a car with a sunroof.
Yeah. And a rodent girlfriend.
Yeah, and I need to.
I don't think cars come with them though. It's not like, oh, you get 6 months free insurance and this.
Yeah, and we'll give you a hamster technique straight away. Yeah, you don't get that with other stuff, do you? Like, oh, here's your musical instrument, and I'll give you a rusty trombone for free. This is great customer service. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the games segment now. I've got something under the table for us to have a look at. Now, recently on this show, we've been running the gamut of various substances in the sodium carousel format, trying to determine which is the worst. Soy sauce carousel is definitely the worst so far. Yeah. That was absolutely disgusting. I wanted, for this episode, to do fish sauce carousel. I couldn't find any fish sauce.
Thank fuck. See, whenever I saw that, I was dreading it. Nothing can be worse than that for me.
Do you like fish sauce?
I don't like fish.
Yeah. To be fair, the main ingredient of fish sauce is fish.
Yeah. Even the smell of it, the
it's
idea
one
of
of
it was turning me.
It's one of the top ingredients of fish sauce. So I got the closest thing I could find: white man fish sauce, Worcester sauce.
Never had that either.
Yeah, come on, you must have had it at least in crisps form. You love crisps.
I've never had. Was it Walker's had like Worcester crisps or something?
I think everything has it. Also, you pronounced it wrong, but that's okay.
How do you pronounce it?
Worcester.
Worcester.
Yeah.
So it's like WORCESTER.
I don't really know, but it's Worcester sauce. Lee and Perrins, delicious. It's meaty.
Let me have a sniff.
Oh, that is. Oh, this is going to be a tough game.
So, Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce. It's mainly vinegar.
Yeah, very vinegary. I don't mind that though. I don't mind the smell of that.
So far, the worst round of this we played, soy sauce carousel by far. The instructions were longer than the game.
Yeah.
But basically, it's a game of categories. We have to name one thing in each category, and every time you say something, you've got to take a bit more of whatever substance we happen to have. Worcester sauce edition. What should we do for the category?
We usually do ones that are slightly difficult, but I don't think for this we're going to need too many options.
Do you think this might be the worst round?
I think we'll do slightly better than soy sauce because we need to for the people.
Yes. Yeah. I will promise to do at least 2.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm sure you have noticed, I've sort of deployed sort of a bib technique because the last time I ruined my jeans in soy sauce.
Right, and you had to wear stinky jeans for 3 days.
Yeah.
So now you're using one of our shirts.
Yeah, well,
as a bib.
This shirt has already been fucking desecrated with armpit sweat.
Yeah, right. You look like you've just vomited up a rainbow. It's a strong look. Okay, let's do vegetables.
Do you want to serve?
I'll serve. Ooh, looking forward to this. Carrot. What?
The smell. Are you swallowing?
Right. It burns your tongue though, so you have to keep it moving.
Peas.
Oh, it burns your tongue.
Oh, quick.
Cabbage. Onion. Spinach.
Red onion. Quick, you come.
It's incredible how hard it is. Ow.
You'd have been fuming with my next answer. Spring onion.
Yeah, you prick. Yeah, of course. You're going onion 3 times. I could have said that. It's incredible how hard it is to think of a vegetable when your mouth. That's definitely the most painful.
It's so stingy.
It's definitely the most painful round.
It kind of pickled onion, sort of.
Yeah.
That would have been my next option.
It's amazing how difficult it is to think of vegetables when your tongue's on fire.
I need a bit of a rinse.
Oh, this is a bit like the time when I had a really hot curry and then accidentally touched my balls at the urinal.
You know what's the worst thing about this game? I won.
yeah. But you also lost. And I lost twice.
Nobody fucking wins.
That's definitely the most painful round we've ever done. It's worse than salt, isn't it?
It's still burning.
Wow.
I could see myself maybe enjoying that, though. What would you have that with? KFC or something?
You have everything with KFC. I don't know. It's a meaty thing, though, isn't it? You probably have it with like a pie.
I could see that in like a Sunday dinner.
Yeah, you can have it on a Sunday dinner. Not this much, I wouldn't say.
The taste is not leaving.
No, it won't go for the rest of today, I don't think.
I'm going to need to brush my teeth live in the podcast.
I'm meant to be meeting Missile Girl tonight.
How are you?
Yeah. The girl who got hit by a missile in Dubai. She's evacuated the area and she's come to London. And I'm meant to be seeing her tonight. I'm meant to be going for drinks.
Oh, that does not look good.
I'm going to be stinking of Worcester. She's not going to want to snog me, is she? Yet. Not until she's seen the tongue meister in action.
Yeah. Maybe if you'd play your cards right, she might get hit by your red rocket.
Oh, that's good, yeah. Hope she likes the taste of a Sunday roast. Because that's what's coming out of the gob.
We just need to get through questionable as soon as possible so I can fucking fix my tongue.
Let's move on to our audience interaction segment. Questionable now. Where fortunately there's only 6 answers because I had to split them between 2 episodes. So it's going to be so quick. When I breathe, it hurts when I breathe because I'm breathing on my own tongue, and then
I feel like I've got that like fire breath attachment you used to be able to get in your shotguns and COD.
Feels like my tongue has chlamydia. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it does.
Because when you have chlamydia, which I haven't had, but apparently the wind hurts your penis.
Why is your penis in the wind?
Well, my mate Monty.
That's my favorite Bob Dylan song. Blowing in the wind.
Penis in the wind. So my mate Monty was wearing a bathrobe and had chlamydia.
Your mate Monty. You're really just a caricature of yourself.
Yeah, good pronunciation.
Caricature.
Good pronunciation of that. Yeah, so Monty was standing in our garden in a bathrobe, and then there was a bit of breeze, and apparently the resistance of the breeze makes your chlamydia go off.
Like an alarm?
Yeah, it activates.
Right.
And
it's like whenever you say Alexa.
Yes, yeah. And it feels like my tongue has chlamydia.
Right. I don't exactly know that feeling, but it's definitely got a few things.
Yeah. I think I'm giving myself cold sores by doing this.
Yeah, you might be.
It really stings a lot.
I don't think that would be recommended.
No.
Let's see how much we did. Who did more?
There's 30 servings per bottle.
Just measure them side by side.
Oh, you had way more than I did.
Yeah. The fucking people's champion.
You had like a shot. Right, let's get on to questionable now. We asked you this week, if you had one free crime, what would you do? We're going to speedrun it because Aiden's in pain. Firstly, I would steal a gorilla, tranquilize it, put it in a gorilla outfit. Then I'd set it loose in a shopping centre and see what happens when police find out that the drunk man tearing shit up is an actual gorilla. That's a great
That's
idea.
fucking genius.
That's so funny.
That sounds like the plot of a film.
I'm stealing a gorilla and putting it in its own outfit.
We should pitch this.
I would euthanize my own granny. She's been hanging on for the last 3 years anyway. So that's great. Next one. I would eliminate poverty by genociding all the poor people. Problem solved.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can get behind that, can't you?
Next crime. Non-consensual gender reassignment surgery for Aiden.
Just for the laugh?
Non-consensual. Next one. This one sounds class. I'd smoke a blunt atop the Marina Bay Sands building in Singapore. That is a amazing shout. That's one of the. I would love to do that.
Big building, nice view.
So it's 3 towers. It's like a hotel with a casino and a club.
You wouldn't want to drop a tape measure of that.
No. It's yeah. This one would definitely turn your nuts to juice if the tape measure landed on them. There's 3 tower blocks, and across the top is a ship.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a
pirate ship.
No, not like the Flying Dutch.
Well, like the Super Bowl.
No, like a. It's not a real boat, but it looks like a boat. And it has an infinity. There's a restaurant up there where I had my 18th birthday party. What, am I not allowed to have an 18th birthday party in a restaurant?
Not in a fucking penthouse restaurant beside Jack Sparrow.
Oh, it's great. We only spent 1,500 quid. I had some mates around. It wasn't just me.
Who footed this bill?
Who do you think? My parents paid for my 18th. Of course they did.
1,500 quid?
Yeah, but I had mates there. It wasn't, we were having, it's like the Wolf of Wall Street. We were having sides. $42,000 with the sides, Jordy. Yeah.
I want to rewatch that again. I might watch it tonight.
Wow. But they have an infinity pool.
Yeah.
On a skyscraper, so it really looks like going off the edge. And having a cheeky me think me one have a blunt off the Marina Bay Sands building would be elite.
That sounds nice.
Last one, I think this is Gru wrote this one. I'd steal a tectonic plate. That's great because nobody's ever thought of that before. There's a real creative genius in the comments.
You could get like a whole cinematic universe out of that idea. If you played your cards right, that is.
The infinity plates. Trying to collect all of them. My tongue is burning. Like Monty's penis in the garden.
My cock's starting to burn as well.
Yeah, I think that's psychological though, because I don't think I got any on my cock.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, is this going to be a horrendous piss later? Is it going to burn all the way through the system like a dirty curry?
My piss is already that color, so if anything, it'll improve.
Yeah, you've got brown. When you're checking how healthy your piss is on that chart, you check the poo chart, don't you?
If my piss is brown, can I say the word?
Don't even know what word. I don't even know what word that would be. My collar blue and my piss is brown. Yeah. And on that note, let's end it there. Thank you so much for listening to another. It's been a roller coaster episode. It's been highs, lows. We'll be back again next week with another techie episode of Radio Rufus. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on Patreon if you want to get extra banter from us every single week. A whole hour of banter every week. That's incredible. For only £3 a month. That's less than £1 per hour of banter. That's like
a great way of putting it.
That's like keeping the lights on for an hour in your house. It costs like £1, doesn't it? So it's cheaper than that. We'll see you again next time. Back to you in your house.